Good evening. Today my topic is the how to find the centripetal force, the expression for centripetal force. As you know, when a particle moves in a circular motion, the force always acts towards the center, and that force is termed as centripetal force. Suppose this is the center of the circle. A particle is moving like this in a circular part. So every time there is some force which act inwards, that means towards the center of a circle, towards the center of a circle, and this force is called the centripetal force. Now, as you know, when a particle moves in a circular path, in every point, if you draw a tangent to that point, it will give you the instantaneous velocity. This is the direction of instantaneous velocity. In this point, this is the tangent. This is the direction of instantaneous velocity. This is the direction of instantaneous velocity, and this is the direction of instantaneous velocity. And you know the centripetal force Fc. I don't know the expression of Fc right now. C stands for centripetal. Is always act perpendicular to the velocity in every point of the circle. As you want to know the exact angle between the centripetal force and velocity, it is exactly 90 degrees. And that's why when a particle moves in a circular path, the work done, the amount of work done, it is equals to 0. As the centripetal force and the velocity both are perpendicular to each other. Now we are going to deduce the expression for centripetal force. So suppose a particle, I am drawing this figure over here. Suppose the particle now is at position A, and after some time t, it will come to the position B. So the angle they make with the center O, it is equals to theta. Now, if you want to calculate the velocity at two different positions, so this is the direction of velocity at point A. This is the direction of velocity at point A. It is V. And at the point B, since the velocity is tangential, if you draw a tangent over here, it will give you the expression for velocity at the point B. Now, at the point A, you know that the velocity is perpendicular to OA. That is, there is no component of velocity towards the O. So at A, there is no component of velocity towards O. Only the component is lying, it is perpendicular to the radius O, radius OA, sorry. And at the point B, the velocity is lying in this direction, so it will make an angle. If we resolve this velocity into two components, one is along OA and another is perpendicular to that of the OA. Okay. If this angle is theta, you can easily verify that this angle is also theta. So this angle is theta. Why this angle is theta? Because from your class 10 geometry, you know the angle between two straight lines is equals to the angle between their normals. So angle between two straight lines means these are the two straight lines. This is one straight line, and normal to this is this. This is another straight line. The normal to this straight line is this. So if the angle between two straight line is theta over here, then this is also the angle between their normals. Now if you resolve this velocity into two components, the parallel component is v cos theta and the perpendicular component is v sin theta. Okay. Now when you go from A position to B position, the angle made by the particle with respect to the center O, it is very small. It is very small. So the V cos theta component is almost, I can write, it is V. Why? Because as theta is equals to 0 or theta is small, as theta is small, you know the cos theta is almost equals to 1 and your sin theta part is almost equals to theta. So whenever you go from A position to B position, the component of velocity, the change in velocity in the perpendicular direction, that means the change in velocity in perpendicular direction is, it is v minus v, it is equals to 0. So there is no change in velocity in this direction. But what about this direction? The changing velocity from A to B parallel to the radius. So here the change in velocity, in parallel direction is how much? As you know, for sin theta is small, your sin theta is theta, so your v sin theta is almost equals to v theta, and here the component perpendicular to OA is 0 and at parallel to OA is 0, and at B the component parallel to OA is v theta. So what is the change? Change is v theta minus 0, that is equals to v theta. And this change in velocity is along the radius vector, that is along the direction O. And this change in velocity occurs in time t. So what will be the change in acceleration? So what will be the change in acceleration in this direction? The change in acceleration, change in acceleration is equals to v theta minus 0 divided by t. This is change in acceleration. Change in velocity. Change in velocity. The rate of change of velocity. Now, theta by t, it is nothing but omega it is called the angular velocity. So this is v times omega. It is called the centripetal acceleration. It is v into omega, and from your relation between omega and v, you know that v is equals to omega times r. So your omega is equals to v divided by r. So it is v square by r. So this is the expression for centripetal acceleration, which acts towards the center. So what is the force? The corresponding centripetal force it is equals to mass into acceleration. So mass into centripetal acceleration is v square by r. So the expression is mv square by r. I hope you understand the derivation of centripetal force. Thank you very much.